I'm bound to a rebound system by nature. Everyone who has come up with rumors about me will receive backlash in return. When I was in high school, a male classmate had spread rumors about me being a prostitute who had intimate relations with a few old men. That very same day, he was taken away by a dozen or so old men and was modified into a gigolo himself. When I was in college, my boyfriend's childhood friend spread rumors about me being the female lead in porno videos. That night, all of the available porno videos on the internet featured her as the female lead. Since then, no one dares to gossip about me. That is, until I'm reunited with the wealthy Hartley family, which happens to be my biological family. The fake heiress, Claire Hartley, takes my hand while adopting a friendly expression. Hey Amanda, I heard that you got pregnant out of wedlock and gave birth to a murderer's child. Now that you're back, why didn't you bring the baby home with you? We're a family, after all. We won't look down on you. Chapter 1. Claire Hartley's words hung in the air as my dad, William Hartley's face turned extremely ugly. You have a bastard child, he demanded. Amanda Hartley, how old are you? How could you do something so disgraceful? Hearing Dad's tirade against me, Claire's lips curved upward slightly, but she instantly covered her mouth in a show of pretense. Oh my. So you never told Dad, Amanda? I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I shouldn't have spoken out of turn. With that, she turned to him, her tone earnest. Dad, please don't be mad at Amanda. She's been alone out there all these years. She must have had her reasons. She then turned to look at me, her eyes appearing sincere. Don't worry, Amanda. I'll make sure no one ever finds out. I won't let anyone talk. The moment she finished speaking, a woman rushed out from the villa and pulled me into a tight embrace. Amanda, my daughter. I've finally found you. My mom, Eliza Smith, held me and wept uncontrollably. After a long moment, she finally noticed the tense silence. What's wrong? Why are you all staring at Amanda? What were you just talking about? It's nothing, Mom. Amanda must be tired from such a long trip. Let's go inside first. Claire spoke up hastily, shooting meaningful glances at Dad, putting on a perfect show of covering up my supposed shame. I spoke calmly. She said I got pregnant before marriage and gave birth to a murderer's child while I was away. Mom's face instantly turned deathly pale. What? Amanda, did you? I didn't. She's lying. Amanda. Claire's voice suddenly rose sharply as tears rolled down her cheeks. I was trying to help you. How can you accuse me of lying? She choked back sobs and took a small step backward. Do you really want me to expose all your secrets in public? At this point, she bit her lip with perfect timing and looked at Mom and Dad with obvious hesitation. What else is there? Dad's temple veins bulged. Claire, tell us. We're settling this right now. Claire seemed to steel herself with great determination and said to me, I'm sorry, Amanda. I know you wanted to hide it, but Mom and Dad have the right to know the truth. She sighed deeply and continued softly, when I first heard we were bringing Amanda home, I made a special effort to find out what she liked, and accidentally discovered. She took a deep breath, as if the words were difficult to speak. Amanda has been selling herself since high school. Everyone reacted at once. Dad trembled with rage. Disgraceful. How could the Hartley family produce such a shameless daughter? Mom took 2 steps back, looking at me with eyes full of disbelief. But I only looked at Claire with a faint smile. Are you certain these things are true? I asked. Lies have consequences, you know. Of course it's true. You ugh. Before she could finish speaking, she suddenly burst into violent retching, her stomach slightly protruding. I blinked, barely suppressing a smile. I did warn her. Chapter 2. Claire, what's wrong? Why are you throwing up like this? Mom and Dad rushed forward in panic, their voices full of concern. I stood where I was and tilted my head. Oh my, Claire. You're vomiting like you're pregnant or something. A heavy silence fell over us. Stop talking nonsense, Claire shrieked, as if she'd been terribly wronged. I don't even have a boyfriend. How could I possibly be pregnant? Just because you've done shameful things doesn't mean you can accuse me. Watching her tearful display, Mom and Dad couldn't bear to see her suffer. Dad's eyes flashed with anger. Amanda, how dare you spread such vicious rumors about your sister? You have no sense of decency. Mom looked deeply disappointed. Amanda, you've gone too far. Claire has never been around men. How could she possibly be pregnant? I blinked, my expression innocent. I was just making an offhand comment. But since Claire is throwing up like this, we should probably have a doctor take a look. No need. Claire blurted before she could stop herself. She quickly covered her mouth and coughed lightly a couple of times, her eyes darting around in panic. I just ate something bad. I'll be fine after some rest. With that, she collapsed weakly against Mom. Mom and Dad rushed to help her inside, fussing over her anxiously. I watched their retreating figures thoughtfully, my mind working. Claire's reaction seemed off. It was like she already knew she was pregnant. A powerful surge of curiosity sparked inside me. I walked straight into the villa and joined Mom and Dad around her bedside. Claire, I'm really worried about you, so I called a doctor. He'll be here any minute. If something's actually wrong, it's better to find out early. That way, Mom and Dad won't have to worry. Hearing my thoughtful words, Mom and Dad both looked pleased. Claire's face instantly turned pale. She buried herself in Mom's arms with a whimper. Mom, I don't want to see a doctor. Mom patted her back sympathetically. She was about to speak when a deep voice suddenly came from the doorway. That won't be necessary.